Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another book review for you. This is the most famous on Booktok right now, Hunting Adeline. So if you're not into fantasy, this is a book for you. Although I'm a fantasy girly, this worked amazing. I read these two books in 4 days. So let's talk about it. The beginning, of course, like always, is going to be no spoilers, because if you want to read these books, I don't want to take anything away from your experience, because trust me, this is a roller coaster. In the end, of course, I will talk about a couple things, because let's talk about the first one, because the first one and the second one are very different from what is going on in their lives. So the first one is more introductions, them meeting each other, and them having their own kind of troubles, sort of. And the second one is where everything goes to shit. I can honestly say that's like the best way to describe it. Everything goes to shit. They're going through a lot of trauma, a lot of things. And in the end, something happens. I don't want to give anything away, like I said. The one thing is the first one ends in a cliffhanger. So obviously you're gonna feel like insane. Thank goodness both of the books are out and you can read them. And just, you know what I mean? Like, not wait to find out what's going on. It is like horrible. Like, I don't know what else to say. When I started reading this book, the first one, I was scared. I had to close my book every like 2 minutes and breathe. I was scared. In this book, it was scary for me, okay? I'm not into horror movies. This was scary. The stalking and the murdering and the raping. Okay, it's a lot. The second one wasn't as scary, but it is a lot of raping and kidnapping and killing and very interesting sex life. Okay, not something I agree with, but I mean, to each their own, right? I definitely rate these books a 5. For me, smut, yes please, okay, I love the smut. I didn't like the aggressiveness of the smut. Not something I'm into, but again, I could not put this down. I read these 2 books in 4 days, and they're not small books, but definitely the story is very addicting, and you just cannot go to sleep until you know what's going on. And so, yes, that's why I could not put them down. I needed to read both of them. Sometimes when you're reading a series, you kind of get bored of it in the middle of somewhere, and you're like, oh, like this is taking forever. This is not the type of series, okay? You're gonna take this, you're gonna read it in a couple days. It's amazing. You don't want to put it down. It's very addicting and very fast going, and there's a lot going on, and you want to see it all. So don't forget it. If you get these books, you're not gonna have a life for a couple days. So just take that, take some days off work. Because this is great. This is great. So yeah, I rate this a 5 stars. Definitely recommend. I'm recommending it to all of the people who don't like fantasy. But even if you do like fantasy, like I do, it still was okay. It was great. So try it out. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Go ahead, get these books. Leave a comment down below if you read and you liked it or you didn't, and what you liked and didn't like about these books. I'm gonna do some spoilers right now. If you have not read these books, please go away. Bye. Okay, let's talk about the first one. I was scared shitless when he started stalking her and raping her. Okay, what is that? The gun scene? That seems very painful and just unnecessary. I don't know. Anyway, so obviously he's a good guy, right? But he has some very dark tendencies, and he rapes women. Well, at least her. I mean, he doesn't like any other women, but I mean, I'm not into that, so it's hard to understand. But obviously it kind of hooked me, but I was scared. I kept telling my husband, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so scared. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, it's nighttime and he just kind of sneaks around, and it's a haunted house. Not for me, okay? I'm not into any of that. The second book I loved. Obviously, it's very, like, a lot going on, a lot of trauma, a lot of rape. But there's nothing I really want to say about it. But I kind of, when I was reading it, I knew from the beginning when she was saved, when he saved her, well, she saved herself, really. He just kind of found her. I knew that she was going to become a killer herself. Like, she's going to join him in what he does. When, like, she couldn't find, like, she was in bed and she couldn't find what she was wanting to do and how to start living again after such traumatic experience, I somehow knew that she's going to join him and she's going to learn how to kill and save people who are being trafficked. I just knew it. I felt it. So anyway, what happened to Sibby? Okay, is there a name Sibby? Hold on. Did anybody else feel like about Rio the same way? I felt like Rio, he needs to die for doing this to her, but he needs to live for being nice to her in the end there. And I mean, the letter from him, I cried when I read that letter from him. The one thing that I hated about this is that we don't know where Sibby is, and I hope that he's gonna come out. I hope there's gonna be a third book because we need to know what happened to Sibby, and I do believe that we need to know what happened to Sibby, okay? Because I love her. She is crazy and cuckoo, but I mean, she made these books much more fun to read than just rape, killing, and weird sex, really. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.